Florida was supposed to be the fresh start. It was a chance to finally slow down, breathe easier, live the way you've always imagined. But lately, buying here in 2025, it started to feel like a mistake waiting to happen. This was going to be the fun part. Escaping the cold, lower taxes, sunshine, and freedom. But instead, you're second-guessing everything. You're watching homes sit on the market longer, you're hearing about all these builder incentives stacking up, and then you're seeing all the headlines, hurricanes, insurance spikes, lawsuits over HOAs. And then somewhere in the back of your mind, there's that one nagging question. If this is really the smart move, then why does it feel so risky? Here's what we're seeing every day right here on the ground. This does not feel like it was a year or two ago. Back then, people were lined up, there were even bidding wars, people felt a little confident. And now, it's quiet, really quiet. Homes in Lakewood Ranch, they are sitting on the market for 90, 120, 150 days. And in a lot of cases, it's not because they're overpriced, some are overpriced, and it's not because they're in bad condition. Part of it is because buyers, they're just a little concerned. They're concerned about overpaying, they're concerned about tariffs, they're concerned about the economy, they're worried about a recession. They're just worried and they're concerned, and that does not do good for the real estate business. And sellers, many of them still think it's 2021, and it's just not. And a lot of those sellers are still holding on to pandemic prices like nothing's changed. And meanwhile, the home builders, man, they are just scrambling, offering free pools, covering closing costs, dropping interest rates just to keep the deals alive. But in my opinion, the Florida real estate market, it's not collapsing, but it's stuck. And it's a stuck market. And I can tell you as a real estate professional, the worst decision you can make is a rushed one. So let's just say that you find a home that checks off all the boxes. It feels like it just might be the one. Maybe even priced fairly. And then the real numbers hit. Insurance, $6,800, maybe even $7,500. Then you have HOA fees, higher than expected and still climbing. Some communities, they're boosting reserves, others tacking on special assessments for deferred maintenance. And then, of course, you have your CDD fee, which is an extra $2,000, maybe $3,000 a year added onto your tax bill. And then suddenly, that home isn't quite the bargain that it looked like online. And nobody probably told you that a bigger yard means higher irrigation costs, that pest control and pool maintenance, or that free builder incentive all come with strings attached. Or that builder upgrade, yeah, they're not really optional and they're definitely not cheap. And before you even move in, it already feels like you're spending way more than you planned. And that's when the doubt creeps in. And of course, the moment you start to do your homework, the internet gets a little louder. You'll hear TikTok creators saying, never buy in a master plan community. Hey, the Florida market is just a ticking time bomb. Get out before it crashes. Then, of course, YouTube chimes in, rent, don't buy. Hey, why don't you wait for the foreclosure waves? Florida, it's overvalued. Not us, of course, right? You're watching this YouTube channel. Good time for a selfish plug. Subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, drop a comment down below, let us know where you're watching from. And the silence from real estate professionals, it's even worse. Shoot, I'm a real estate agent and I see it and I hear it. Many agents don't even know what to say right now. They don't want to give bad advice. They don't want to sound too pushy. They certainly don't want to sound too pessimistic. Man, that silence makes you feel like something is being hidden. And when nobody can give you a straight answer, your trust starts to erode. Sound familiar? And what most people won't say out loud is this. It's not just the fear of overpaying, it's fear of regret. It's that you'll move and you realize that it doesn't really feel like home here, or that the community vibe is off, or that the cost of living is way higher than you expected. Maybe it's that the neighbors are not as nice as you had hoped. Maybe it's that the weather is not ideal year-round as you thought. Maybe the traffic is way worse than you could have even imagined. That the lifestyle that you hoped for just feels out of reach. And it's not about making a bad purchase, it's about making a move that does not really fit. And that's the real fear. And it's valid. And as a real estate agent, we talk to people all the time who feel completely stuck. Not because they're indecisive, it's because they're trying to get it just right. They've done the work, they've planned, they've saved, they've researched, they got the notes, they got the spreadsheets, they got the pros and cons lists, and yet they still hesitate. Why? Because no one's helped them answer the one question that really matters. Will this actually make our life better? Not cheaper, not more glamorous, just better. Can I share a little secret with you? Come a little closer. No matter what you're hearing on the news, every day, homeowners list their homes for sale. And every day, yes, every day, people are buying homes. And from our experience, the ones who are still moving forward right now, they're not following the headlines. They're not trying to time interest rates. They're not obsessing over the perfect deal. They're designing a life. They're designing their life. Let's pause the pressure. Let's explore neighborhoods without an agenda. Let's walk the streets on a random weekday. Let's really feel it before we commit to it. And they're digging deeper and they're comparing total monthly expenses and not just the mortgage. They're asking about irrigation and insurance and traffic patterns and seasonal crowd levels. They're choosing clarity over urgency. Let me say that again. They're choosing clarity over urgency. They're choosing alignment over appearance, and they're not afraid to walk away from a house that looks perfect but doesn't feel right. And that is the mindset shift. And once you make it, everything starts to make more sense. And I'm not going to sugarcoat this. Buying in Florida right now, it is not simple. There is a lot of noise, there's confusion, there's rising costs, there's emotional friction, but that does not mean that it's a bad idea. It just means that you need a better process, one that's not reactive, but intentional, one that prioritizes your lifestyle first, not just the square footage. In my professional opinion, you need someone who knows what to ask, who won't rush you, who will help you see the full picture before you sign anything. And that's how this becomes exciting again. That's how the fear gets replaced with confidence. Because when the right pieces click, you feel ready. You know your numbers. You know what matters. You've got someone walking beside you, not just opening the doors for you. And that changes everything. So if that kind of clarity sounds what you're looking for, here's your next step. Scan this QR code or click the link in the description down below to schedule a no-pressure discovery call. This is not a sales pitch. This is a conversation. There's no pressure. There's no obligations. We'll walk you through everything: lifestyle goals, neighborhood options, the true cost of living, everything. There are about 10,000 real estate agents. You heard me right, 10,000 real estate agents in Sarasota and Manatee County. I promise you, every single one of them can show you a house. And most of their conversation starts with, so Mr. Buyer, what's your budget? Are you looking for 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2,200 square feet? That does not help you. We start by asking you questions about how you visualize your life here in Lakewood Ranch. The reason that we call ourselves lifestyle matchmakers before calling ourselves real estate agents, because we know at the end of the day, the house is important, but from our experience, it's all about the lifestyle. And if this video helps, do us a big favor. Tap that like button, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this, drop a comment down below, we read them all. You are not behind. And let me just finish with this. You are not behind. You're not imagining things. You're just ready to do this the right way. And we're here when you are, one step at a time. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, stick around, watch that video. We'll see you next time, everyone.